See niggas thought a nigga geeking. Money please, no drama, long as we keep it on camera, just all a nigga seeking. This all of me, on my mom, whipping on me, more prosper, and I ain't even cheating. She like, love me on the slow. Yeah, damn high shit.
Alright. Man, am I so disappointed today, bro. Listen. Exactly. Y'all cannot hear nothing because my soundboard, I mean the hotkeys that I, attached to my soundboard are not even working. Like that's so crazy. That's so discouraging, bro. Damn. My videos ain't gonna be the same, man. And I'm trying to figure it out, I'm gonna work on it, you feel me? Because I'm self-sufficient. Boom. Well, I'm saying boom because that's the highlight. That's like what I'm trying to highlight. That's what we're here for. Wait, I'm not mute, am I? Because I actually want to chop up like what has hit my mind. It was kind of an intrusive thought, but I entertained it. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I went deep in the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? It's about the idea of self-sufficiency and how that actually can, let me say, extreme self-sufficiency, right? Being hyper-independent, right? Being hyper-independent, so extreme self-sufficiency. That's what I'm focusing on. Not self-sufficiency in and of itself, but the extreme end of it and how that actually kind of gives self-victimization. Let me explain. I feel like, okay, it's a beautiful thing. It's a admirable thing for people to be able to handle things. You know what I'm saying? Be able to have enough muscle to solve whatever problem that concerns you, or you know what I'm saying, that has to do with you, and maybe just take all the responsibility in the world. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about your like self. I'm not talking about other family members, best friends, taking responsibility for those kind of pockets of people. No, I'm talking about as far as you though. You know what I mean? Handling everything, believing you got this. You always got this, right? You always have it. To a certain extent, it gives self-victimization, that kind of mindset, because let's think about where the idea of you being self-sufficient, you handling everything comes from. It comes from from my, let me slow down a little bit so that I'm thoughtful with everything that I kind of say. Well, the idea of taking responsibility, right? It can come from childhood. It can come from like how it formulated in your brain, right? How you are, maybe you were the firstborn. These whole ideas where it's like, okay, you get the firstborn, and then everybody that comes after that, the firstborn gotta, kind of watch out for, look out for, protect. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. You know what I mean? It can come from there, but at the same time, it's like everything being on you kind of gives selfish, right? And since it gives selfish, it's like everything is about you. It can tie into the solipsism idea that I was sharing a couple videos ago, right? Solipsism, where it's the philosophy where your consciousness is the only thing that exists. It's only one awareness, the consciousness that you kind of carry. But then the idea can extend into how that one consciousness is connecting everything. You know what I'm saying? It connects to that because now self-centeredness, you're in your own bubble. It's your own world. For as long as you don't put your hands on it, it's never gonna get right. Boom. Type narratives, type rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? There is a there's a sort of a negative connotation, I don't know, negative sort of energy, bro, behind things like the extreme end of you trying to handle everything, right? So you live by yourself, you don't communicate with anybody, you don't believe you need help, you don't need friends. Okay, you may be a social kind of person. I don't think it has anything to do with like your social life. But you really, even if you do got friends, but you believe you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Like family, you know, you believe you don't need them, but you believe they need you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like being somebody that thinks like that, you know, you feel like the world will be disappointed, the world will be mad at, like there's a certain fear towards everything else. You know what I'm saying? For as long as you don't handle it, for as long as you don't get your awareness on it, you know what I'm saying, get your focus on it, you may beat yourself up for not focusing on some stuff, because you know what I'm saying. Whereas it's like, yo, there's a whole bunch of people that can handle it. Like, you're not the only one that knows how things function. You know what I'm saying? Let's say maybe it's a friend dynamic, it's a friendship sort of dynamic. It's like, yo, you can't trust me with certain things, bro, including your car. No. Touch my car, nigga. No, but it's like, yo, you can trust me with certain things. Within relationships, you know what I mean? You can be the person that wants to handle every single thing. You may have the idea that you are portraying superhero traits, but you know what I'm saying, again, it's like you feeling like, I feel like it's a fear involved there. Let me just say that's my hook right there. Okay, not a hook, but it's like that's my main point. It's a fear there. It's an insecurity there. You know what I'm saying? It's a being sort of shaken. You know what I mean? You're shaken for as long as you don't fall back on maybe the principles that you were raised on. They may have been too toxic for you especially at that age, because these things, they happen at childhood, right? Like you being like the whole idea of being hammered into you from a kid that, yo, you gotta handle everything. Yo, I don't want to see a crumb of, I don't know, whatever, dirt on the ground, like whatever. Like, yo, I get back from work, you better have like gotten the pots ready for me to, you know what I mean? To a point where it's like, yo, it's militantly just drained into you, like hammered into you. You know what I'm saying? You don't even get the opportunity to go just like be yourself among other kids. Be a kid, be a child. You know what I'm saying? You already are given responsibilities from a young age. It may be from there. But as I'm saying, bro, you may think these are admirable traits, but there's this darkness to it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. It's giving self-victimization. You know what I'm saying? You're victimizing yourself because now you thinking the world is gonna burn without you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, woe is me, since I cannot handle maybe something that I just realized I can't handle. It's like, oh, let them all die. So it's only the solutions that I can come up with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, the extreme, like hyper self-sufficiency. And I feel like, yo, this is actually a conversation considering, especially, you know, the youngins, bro, Gen Zs, dog. These neighbors don't want to get into no relationships. These neighbors don't want to have no kids. They don't want to be, you know, they don't want to initiate no family with nobody, because you got to understand, bro, not wanting kids, not wanting like family, it's like, yo, you're gonna have to depend on your own self. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, where is the end of that? Because now you're gonna have to be hyper dependent on yourself. You know what I'm saying? They don't even socialize. You feel me? So it's just rabbit holes, bro. It got me going into this whole rabbit hole where it's like, yo, I mean, I've been a person that came up self-sufficient, so to speak. But with me, it came from that whole, yes, I'm my mother's firstborn. I'm my dad's secondborn. It's a whole other video. But you know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, I've had to keep a clean profile, bro. Like, make sure you don't mess up, especially with the whole, you know, you get people that just like maybe will get together. I'm saying a couple will get together, have a kid or two or 16. No. But you know what I'm saying, they'll have like a kid or whatever and then not be married. You feel what I'm saying? So that was the situation with me. It's like with my parents not being together, you feel me? I always had it's like I've always had to tread this middle ground, like this middle. You know what I'm saying? Like the fence. I've had to trap. What am I trying to say? I've had to just like be in between, like just not lean too much that way, not lean too much that way, because you know what I'm saying. Natural causes. I don't want to delve into that, you know, just for respect for my family and shit. But it's like, yo, I've always had to just like be on the straight and narrow, like yo, hold it down. You're responsible for your own life. That's what it gave. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, you know, it's no structure for me to like grow up in where it's like, alright, cool. Both parents are here, they together, da da da, you know, and I'm in that little environment. I'm not torn apart. Because that's what happened a little bit, right? So that's how I felt, you know. Yo, I got nobody but myself in this life. Does that, you know what I'm saying? Does that sound familiar with you? You feel me? I mean, feel free to put in the comments if you know what I'm saying, like you too, me too, da, 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 you feel what I'm saying? Because I feel like for the most part it's a lot of, I'd even include a little bit of millennials in there. You know? At least the young millennials, right? The younger millennials, not like the older guys, you feel me? Like with the whole, you know, self-sufficiency, antisocial, well, also exacerbated by, you know, the social media world. You know what I'm saying? With the isolation, and on top of that, bro, like 6 years ago, the whole pandemic vibe. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just like extra closed off, of which means, yo, you're gonna have to depend on yourself for the most part. You feel me? Now you mix being young with that, right? With depending on yourself. It's like, yo, most neighbors ain't finna be married, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause like by the time I'm like, alright, cool. I might, you know, I might use somebody around here. It's like I could cover everything. You know what I mean? But look at even that isolation, right? The kind of isolation that's like, no, it's out of duty. It's out of like who I am. But you know what I'm saying? It's like the effects that maybe the isolation can have on you, right? And how it affects those around you, your environment, the alienation, etc., etc. Do your homework, right? You can just like dissect that in your own time. Fill in the blanks, basically, right? It's like, yo, you being a victim to those side effects of, you know, the isolation of self-sufficiency. You being a victim to that, that's like your own doing. And that's what I'm trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, get at. You're actually self-victimizing yourself, bro. Like, calm down. Yeah, you. I'm right. I'm talking to you, like straight up. Like, I don't even give a. You know what I mean? But yeah, you. Quit that stuff, bro. Put that down. That you know, that whole hyper dependency on yourself. You know. Trust people more. Open up to people more. You know what I'm saying? Alright, hold on. Look, man. Here's another thing that like kind of hit me now with this whole thing. You know, it took people to create you. Like you didn't create yourself. Boom, revelation. Oh, whoop-de-doo, right? We all know this, but it's like, doesn't that lead your thinking to be like, alright, cool. Even living here, like, I'm not designed to be here by myself. It took two to create you. Like, it at least could take you and two others to just like walk this life, bro. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Two others, if you don't F with the outside world like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Build you a family. It's your woman, it's your kid. That's the three of y'all. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. So, but then it's like, yo, and listen to me, right? I don't want you to get me wrong. I don't even want you to think that I'm perfect. I got my ducks in a row. I'm actually saying this to myself. I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be like getting lost in these rabbit holes, because yo, they be showing me some unique perspectives. You know what I'm saying? But you know. So yeah, well, yeah, my train of thought was that, yo, it definitely needs more than just you to complete this life. Now I'm not saying, yo, put what you're doing down, like change your ways completely. You know what I'm saying? And just like be for everybody. Go back to your people pleasing ways. I've heard about your people pleasing ways, gang. How that going, bro? Last time I heard you was working on it. Alright, let me not expose your shit, bro. We online. Alright, facts. Right? So, you know, um, it does take you realizing that other people, other you, right? Not leaning to the extreme version of self-sufficiency, right? Being self-sufficient, being independent, having a sense of independence. Let me put it like that. Having a sense of independence, but still living with other people, right? Cohesively with other people, openly with other people, contributing your energy with other people. That's actually more, to a certain extent, it could be more for the other people than yourself, because the collective picture, bro, you involving your energy, right? Contributing your energy in, towards certain goals, towards certain just like development of infrastructure, right? Like as a people, right? Mental structures, right? Principles that you want to just set for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Just like how y'all want to live with one another. Like how, you know what I'm saying? Y'all creating that. It's actually like that bigger picture. Like that's actually self-explanatory. A bigger picture being formulated by a collective people. It's bigger than just you, right? It's bigger than just your vision. Now, me just saying that should clarify the fact that, yo, it's no need for hyper independence. You're not tough. Like you're not, it's a point where it doesn't become admirable anymore. It's like, right, self victimization. I don't know how else to put it, right? I don't know, you're open to like differ. Tell me if I'm, talking smack. You feel me? I should probably coin these some sort of like yap sessions. Yeah, as I think on that one, right?